So one thing I don't like about keyboards is that they have way too many keys. So I've decided to fix that, and I'm going to be building my own keyboard. I wanted this to be as simple as possible, so rather than spend a bunch of extra money on all the small components and then have it not work, instead of doing that, I just picked the first microcontroller I have in my collection that supports HID, and we're going to be using that instead. So I begun by sketching out a layout. I don't really know why I did this, but I mean, cool. I used some very scientific methods here to help me figure out how the keyboard should be set up. I've decided that the optimal layout will use 4 fingers on each hand, your first 3 fingers and your thumb. Don't ask about the last finger because no one cares about that. As I've said, I want this to be simple, so it's pretty much just an Arduino and 8 buttons. So surely this will work, maybe. Once we're finished designing, we pretty much just send it off to be manufactured, and now we have to wait a week. The circuit boards finally came, and they look pretty good. The one issue is I, for some reason, forgot to order the keyboard switches, so yay. In the meantime, I decided to start on the 3D models because I want to 3D print a case for it. Random no-name Chinese SD card didn't work. Surely this will be enough, right? So unfortunately the print did not work. The filament seemed to have tangled a bit, so I just cut it off, and then I decided just to turn the printer off. It was kind of failing anyways. The good thing is, the print does seem to line up properly, so I think I'm just gonna go from there, and I'll probably just design the entire thing and just go from there. I don't know. I don't even know what I'm doing. It was at this point where I gave up on 3D printing because my order has arrived. I never bought keyboard switches before, so I just picked the one that had the word speed in it because I assumed it would be fast.
Nice.
after a few more tries at the 3D printer, they finally ended up coming out kinda decent, so now we can finally assemble the finished keyboard. I wouldn't say it's high quality, but it's also not terrible. I think it's a decent first prototype, and there's a lot of things I can improve on, but I think I'm just going to move on, and now we can start writing the code for it and make it actually functional. So I doubt anyone really cares, but I'm just going to explain how this works really quick. So it reads all the 8 buttons into a single binary byte, and then it pretty much just compares the binary data from the buttons with every single one of these, and you can define up to 256 different binary combinations, and pretty much just whichever one it ends up equaling, it will output that character as soon as you lift your fingers up. I did implement a special case where you can define special keys, like the shift key for example. I've added a toggle, so if you press it twice, it will toggle it on or off, but if you just press it once, then it will stay on for exactly 1 keystroke, and then it will shut off. Like if you wanted to capitalize the first letter but not have it stay on. For control, it only stays on once, and that's pretty much it, honestly. It did end up actually working, surprisingly. There's not much else to really say about it, so I'm just going to show you what it looks like when I'm typing on it, and what kind of speeds I can get. So after running a quick test, the maximum speed that I typed at was 7 words per minute, which is pretty bad, and that was with me looking at the cheat sheet. So I assume with a bit of memorization and practice I could probably get about 20 to 30 words per minute, but that's pretty bad considering that my average typing speed is between 90 and 100, which is over 1000% faster than what I typed on this. My other issues was the keyboard itself isn't very comfortable to use. It's basically a brick, so there's a few places to improve, but I think I did pretty good, and it's sort of fun to use, so there's that. Anyways, I'll see you guys in the next video.